Hello friends, it's Trevor, it's Avery, it's Pat, it's the citywide special. The Phillies complete a dominant 3-game sweep at the Seattle Mariners after a disappointing weekend versus the Nationals. All 3 starters reached double-digit strikeouts, while the offense supplied an onslaught of hits. With the Phils firing on all cylinders, can they overcome the loss of Zach Wheeler? Is there any chance that the club ace will return in time for the playoffs? The Eagles wrap up training camp as they prepare for their final preseason matchup against the Jets on Friday. Johnny Wilson's season is done after sustaining a leg injury that will require surgery. How is the roster shaping up otherwise? Can the O-line survive without Landon Dickerson? Who will claim the empty cornerback spot opposite Quinyon Mitchell? All that and more coming up right now. How's it going, fellas?
Phew, good to be back. I tell you what, I feel like it's been
the boys are back in town, baby.
I don't need to get into the weather. I think it's just good to be back in town, back in the saddle.
It is nice now, though.
Yeah, what the hell you mean?
Weather, all the times to not do the weather report, we're finally getting like high 73.
All right, my bad. We're back to being
We're off to the wrong foot in the return already.
Yeah, we already forgot how the format goes.
Had to knock the rust. Hey, you gotta knock the rust off. My bad, making sure you guys are all aware of it. That's all. Yeah, I mean, it's beautiful out right now. It's nice and mid to high 70s. Thank you, Hurricane Erin, for bringing in that little gray weather and some cool breeze for the first time in a minute. Only 2 houses sunk today off the coast of the Outer Banks, so not too bad.
Wildwood gonna get fucked? I saw Wildwood.
No, you just can't swim.
Yeah,
which,
well, I don't really do that.
You know, it's like being in AC. Just don't swim in the water, all the needles and shit like that. But you should be all right, you know, other than that, housing-wise and flood-wise. But beautiful this week.
Yeah, fall weather. I'm down with that fall weather. I got my hoodie on. I really appreciate it. Went for a walk last night with the hoodie and shorts on, too. Mm-hmm. It's beautiful out.
That's what it is. It's half and half right now.
Classic hoodie and shorts.
It's either long pants and a t-shirt or shorts and a hoodie, which is beautiful.
Yeah, I'm all about shorts and a hoodie. Mm-hmm. And it is good to be back. I won't lie. I did miss, or I was getting used to, rather, having my few hours of on Wednesdays or Thursdays to make a nice meal, watch the Phillies, whatever have you. But we had to come back. Got plenty of sports to talk about now that fall's here. Mm-hmm. It's kind of one of the better times of the year as far as sports is concerned. Yeah, it's starting to be the best part of the, October. You got football season starting, playoff baseball's around the corner, NBA, NHL starting up. It's kind of the best time of the year.
Plus, we had similar to the reigning Super Bowl champs, we had a long season previously, right? We didn't really have any days off, right? We had the whole playoff going through. We had the Super Bowl win, the post-Super Bowl win, all that riding high, this and that. It was good to take a little break off to kind of get level set, get the body right, get the mind right.
No rest when you're the champs.
Hit a little OTAs and shit like that, and then come back in time for preseason and be ready for podcast season.
Yeah, no one blew their hands off in fireworks either around 4th of July. We did good. Yeah. So let's say that's an achievement unlocked. Mm-hmm. And we're back. What happened this summer? A bunch of stuff happened this summer.
We had right before we took our break, I think that's when the sanitation strike started kicking off. The DC-33.
Yep.
Which
almost lost a finger, though, now that you say it. Hannah chewed up her finger in the blender.
Oh, yeah, when we were at Delaware?
It wasn't a firework, but it was around that same time and different tool. Had the big sanitation strike of 2025. That was big.
Dude, Broad and Snyder with the big dumpster just overflowing.
Oh, my God.
Day one.
Never forget, man.
Everyone's like, you know what? I'm going to redo my kitchen now. You're like, oh. What? And it was a heat wave too.
Yeah,
it was
just that
so
smelly
fucking
ass
hot.
trash.
Yeah, it's like every day was 100 degrees.
If you hate the smell, blame it on Sherelle.
But then, because then everyone started putting their trash out on the curb, just on the street. And then the next thing you know, the whole city just stunk. The whole city just smelled rank as hell.
More so than usual.
Yeah.
I mean, the city stinks in the summertime anyway, but it was like, if you're
compounded.
In solidarity with the sanitation workers, just put your trash out. I'm like, all right, cool. But then after 5-6 days, you're like, this shit's ass.
Luckily, we don't generate a ton of trash. It's more the recycling that's the problem. It's like that we accumulate pretty quickly, but I was able to just
with the pod hiatus helped because otherwise we would have never made it out of that. Honestly, if we had 2 weeks of that,
that would have been bad.
And 4th of July weekend, poof.
Yeah, that is crazy too that was going on 4th of July weekend. One of the biggest tourist weekends in Philadelphia.
Yeah,
every year,
and just trash weekend. You figure it's a lot of plastic
hilarious
cups and bottles.
When the Parkway concert where LL Cool J dropped out and that other woman dropped out. Who else?
Jasmine Sullivan.
Yeah. So it was just I don't even remember who
Yeah,
it was.
they had like these B-list acts. I think they had to get, which
it was.
Cheryl was like, I personally spoke with LL, and he's, we see eye to eye now. I'm like, no, the fuck, you guys don't.
Yeah,
like
well, he still ain't playing, so you obviously didn't see eye to eye enough.
Yeah. Speaking of Sherrell, now we got the SEPTA crisis.
Yeah, this whole situation.
Fucking getting fucked over by good old Pennsyltucky.
He said,
and Joe, was his name Picozzi, the fucking Northeast guy?
Yeah. But that guy from, I forget, near, I guess, Pittsburgh area, he goes, how's it feel now to be not hurt? I'm like, oh my God,
Pittman?
dude.
Yeah, dude, that dude was 1,000% drunk when he was saying
I haven't
that.
seen this.
He sounded drunk. He pretty much just got, I swear to God, I would put money on the fact that he was drunk. But, basically, he was basically admitted that this is all about revenge.
Yeah.
And is not anything to have
Revenge
to do.
for what?
Just for, I don't know, he feels like he got slight. His districts
He's
aren't.
like, well, we ain't got paved roads out
well
here.
enough.
And we're like, okay, but this is a mass transit city. He's like,
where's he from? Like Altoona or something?
In between Erie and Pittsburgh,
one of those,
essentially.
Yeah,
So Altoona's kind of out there.
But Bumblefuck, he doesn't have a name.
Altoona.
Anyway, it's like the guy, you could tell he was drunk because everything he said, he would lean on the podium and then lean again on the podium and leaning. It's like, okay, man, we get it. You're mad that we don't fund Bumblefuck PA areas as well as we should have, but
even though we do
we do enough. Yeah. You guys don't drive anywhere.
Fucking 40% of the state's tax revenue comes from the Southeast. It's I saw some other I forget what her name is, but she's some other I don't know if she's in the state senate or the house, who's from some district around here, who she introduced something to just basically say that regions just the state tax only goes back to them. So it's you guys do this if you guys are don't want our money, but so that's fucked up. And I also saw people were not that Sherrell Parker has any real power to do anything about this, but the fact that she's been kind of quiet on the issue, people were getting upset about, and she said something to the effect of I don't do this sort of performative blah blah. It's the woman who spoke for an hour at the fucking Eagles parade decides that I don't do this performative stuff, guys. I only speak when there's something real to say. Give me a
Talking
fucking
about
right.
I spoke with LL personally. My ass, dude.
God.
That's performative as hell.
Yeah, she's a nightmare.
I mean, she wasn't the best during that whole trash strike either. Every speech she made,
she handled that really poorly when she was saying I stood by through I can't even remember some of the stuff. She was trying to defend herself. I've been mayor through this, through that, through this, through this. I dealt with a crisis here.
You've been mayor for a year. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
right.
First of all, you haven't been mayor for that long.
I
I think at the time she had been mayor for 6 months, 8 months.
If she said fiscally responsible one more time, or whatever she said about keeping the city fiscally safe or whatever, I'm like, okay, you said that. Every other word is just it's bad. It was a bad handling of all that.
Yeah, and then obviously, I guess they compromised, but they kind of had to, right?
I guess she won.
Wasn't the situation they eventually reached a point where it
was going to get to the point where they were going to be forced back by courts, which is what happened because there was a similar strike back in the 80s, I think, and that was the same. That one went on for 3 weeks.
They were throwing trash at the vet in
thing.
that parking lot area.
Yeah, but it was the same thing where it's just they file some injunction with the court and they're forced. So it was they were forced to make a ton of concessions. The union lost basically.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
they broke
pretty much.
They didn't have a choice. But
they kind of just the city screwed them. But now SEPTA might go into a death spiral.
Dude, that's going to be a nightmare. Think about this. We were just talking about this before we started recording. There's going to be days where there's an Eagles home game and a Phillies playoff game, or there's going to be an Eagles game and a Flyers game on the same day, or an Eagles game and a Sixers game on the same day. What the hell is that going to look like?
John Clark mapped it out. There's only one potential game that it would be a Phillies home game and an Eagles home game at the same time.
Oh, that's not bad, but still, that day is going to suck.
Yeah, but you also figure they're going to cut back all these lines and all that shit. Fall hits, school's back in.
Mm-hmm.
So you're double the amount of traffic that's taking either bus or subway or railroad or anything like that. You're just fucking, it's going to be a shit show. And they're hiking the fares up 24%. It's just bad.
Yeah.
But, it's kind of just Philly right there. We'll just take the punches and roll with it.
Yeah, that's why I'll just be walking everywhere with 2 feet. My bunion, my arthritis will be
I feel
moving.
at some point it's going to get sorted out just because I feel like they're going to end up putting these initial cuts into place and then it's going to I mean, at some point, the rest of the state's going to have to see that this is like bad for everybody. I don't know.
Yeah, wasn't
I
there
think at some
something
point-
that like the line from Harrisburg to Philly is affected by this? I think I saw people.
Oh
tweet out.
yeah. Amtrak's going to
Amtrak.
be
Yeah,
affected
that's
too.
right. Yeah,
so it
yeah.
has like a cascading effect on like the whole. It's not
Which
like
is
it's just
odd
Philly that's
because-
getting screwed over.
Which is
It's-
odd because SEPTA uses most of Amtrak lines, which they rent off. Like Amtrak owns those lines, which makes no sense.
Yeah, it's all
Like
confusing.
around 30th Street Station,
Oh yeah. Like
So,
around
like-
there, that would make sense. Yeah.
right? I don't know. The whole way it's mapped out is just fucked up.
It's all fucked up and bullshit,
Yeah.
man.
But other than that, plenty of trips to Wildwood this summer. A lot of trips to the beach. It was a
I
good
still haven't
little.
been to I haven't been to the beach yet this
Not
year.
at
The
all.
only time I went was when we
Yeah.
went to Delaware.
I do
think.
kind of like a good old September shore trip.
Yeah.
When it's
Yeah.
like kids are back to school, it's a lot more chill.
I mean, it's gonna be warm out. I mean, it stays warm out till early
Yeah.
October, just about.
I mean, yeah, damn.
It's the
Sometimes
global warming era, baby.
Yeah.
Summer goes
Was
to
it
October.
was it last year? It was like 70 degrees on Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, we were hanging at Emily's. I think it was hot that day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, that'd be a trip going to the beach in like mid-October.
Dead, but
That would be
warm.
wild, yo.
Yeah.
I mean, it's reasonable to think that could happen in this day and age. You know what I'm saying? This day and age, yo, it was so humid all summer up until like this last week.
Literally this
It
It
week.
was disgusting, dude.
Yeah.
You remember that? There's like 3 weeks where it stormed every day.
I call my
Yeah,
dad
that
every
was
day.
insane.
That one week in the summer, I call my dad every day because it was hitting 105 with a feels like of 109. I'd be like, "Are you in?" And I know when he goes to the shop, he's wearing long pants, a t-shirt, long shirt, like boots underneath cars. I'm like, "You gotta just maybe call it a day right now for a minute. Like go in there in the morning and just leave at lunch. Like what are you doing out there?"
Yeah. Yo, shout out to your pop. He turned 70 when?
Yeah. Last
Recently,
Friday.
I seen that on your Instagram.
Last Friday, John Maslick turned 70
Yo,
years
shout
old.
out to him. He's
He looks
probably
good.
listening. Yeah, he does look good. I
Yeah.
wouldn't put him at 70.
No, I saw him. I'm like, damn, really? But yep, big man hit 70. Nuts.
Well, yeah, glad he made it through the brutal heat of the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you know what else is a travesty this summer? I've barely been able to drink on the stoop.
But
All
you don't
this
really have
goddamn construction.
all
I mean,
you have is
Oh,
a,
shit, yeah.
all you have is a stoop and
yeah,
It's
just
just-
dirt.
Yeah.
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 I've been lamenting this construction probably since April, right? Like I would be on the pod complaining about construction since like April of last year when you puked in the hole.
yeah,
It's only gotten worse, man. Yeah, like my street's all torn up. No stoop beers for me. Hopefully I can enjoy a stoop beer in the fall. Shit, like this is unsustainable, man. It's just an untenable situation right now.
unfortunate.
But I guess we can talk about other things. We can talk about sports.
I
Yeah,
guess that's what we do here.
we can
Yeah.
make the pivot. See if we still got it.
Yeah.
Who do we want to hit first? Let's hit the Eagles first.
All right.
Yeah. The old birds.
Yeah, man. 1-1 in preseason right now. Good to see him back in action. I mean, I just get amped up every time I see them back playing any kind of practice or things like that. So I'm happy that they're back on the field. Getting little sound bites from Jalen Hurts. Seeing the top 100 come out, watching how many birds are on there, and hearing everybody else talk about, you know, how good of a player those people were that season. But I'm excited. I think they have a lot of good things coming up. I think that the division is pretty open. I think it's good that there's a lot of drama outside of the Eagles that's pretty happening, right? Like Giants are pretty relevant. They're building, so who knows? They're like the wild card, I guess, so to speak. But good to see Micah having some negotiation trouble. It's good to see Terry McLaurin kind of not be so scary and want to leave. So that only helps the Eagles because we're so stable right now.
Yeah.
Apart from all the like young guys that are developing in preseason that we're excited about as well. But I like that.
Yeah, I got to go back to you saying it's good to see them in action. Dude, that second game was not good.
Oh, I mean, listen.
Yeah, that was preseason-y as hell. Oh, man. The first game, Tanner McKee was dropping dimes, dude. He was
Definitely.
stealing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
I'm
like,
not, again, it's preseason. I'm not saying that it's like, you know, make it or break it here. A lot of those, it was all the younger guys playing in that second game. I think the first game was more of like your true twos. Second game, I think, was a lot of prove it guys.
yeah, Makuba looked good. He looked
Yeah.
real good.
Definitely.
Jihad Campbell had that sack like the first, second play of the game. So, yeah, I mean, in that sense, it was fun to see some of the young guys play. But I can't stand watching preseason football.
Well, it's bad. The guys that you
Yeah.
know are going to be good, like, are going to stand out. Jihad Campbell, Makuba, Robinson from Nebraska. Like, those guys perform. But the other fucking 40 guys out there, intermittently that come in and come out just to like see if they're gonna get the roster spot. That shit's tough. You got a D lineman with a number like, you know,
Yo, you
12. You're like, shit, okay.
Dude, you had, I don't even know the receiver's name. I think it was Terrace Marshall wearing 49.
Right. Even the good guy.
I started
49
dying.
receiver is pretty good.
It's like 49, and he's an NFL vet. It's like,
Yep.
bro, you can't do better than that. It was so funny. I was like, who the hell's 49?
Well, the guy
Is that a
cooked
fullback?
the guy that cooked in the first game, he had 45 on.
Oh, Darius Cooper?
Yeah, I said he's earned.
nice.
Yeah,
dude.
he's been nice.
He's earned a low to high 20s
I
numbers
think he's going
now.
to make the team.
'Cause he was
Yeah,
45.
Yeah, I think especially with Johnny Wilson now is Dunzo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
That's a shame. But honestly,
he's like your fourth receiver now, probably.
is it a miss? I don't really miss Johnny. I don't really think that that's a big hit, to be honest with you.
I mean, Nick Sirianni
He's
would tell you
nice.
he's a really good blocker.
Yeah.
I
He's,
mean,
he's a useful player. He's
a
not
big
like
dude.
I get that.
it's not a guy. You're not gonna. It's not gonna kill you that he's out, but definitely a useful player. I like a Johnny Wilson.
I think he was good. I mean, I only have a knock because every time we put him in there for like garbage time minutes and we threw to him, it was never a great catch. Like he always looks like he's catching a ball for the first time.
He
and
came
like,
down with a couple nice ones that first game. It's a couple
Yeah,
contested balls.
yeah, he
in
was like,
preseason. I'm talking about like
Yeah.
he's been here now. What 2?
this is his second season. He was
Second
also
season,
last
yeah.
year.
So I'm not. It sucks. I do hate that for the kid, obviously, but it's not like a detrimental thing to the season.
Yeah, they haven't had any catastrophic injuries, right? Like they dodged a bullet with the Landon Dickerson injury.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Brown's been out with a hamstring.
That's kind of just his MO, though.
I think there might be some seriousness to it, but not to the point that we'll need to worry about in a couple weeks. And I guess Jahad Campbell came back sooner than expected, and he's looked really good. So they've kind of gotten lucky with his injuries to key players thus far.
Yeah.
And what else I got on the Eagles? Oh, yeah, this cornerback tube situation. Ugh.
Yeah, that's kind of the
I'm not
one.
feeling too bullish about that.
It's the
Ugh.
one hole right now for sure.
Yeah, I mean, what do you got? Adoree Jackson right there is your hopeful number 2 or number.
Well, I think
What
they
you
were
got?
hoping it would be Keely Ringo, but he's looked bad in preseason.
Well,
I mean-
you go your first game in that spot really with some pressure is against Jamar Chase. That's to go from 0 to 100.
But
that's
even
kinda
once
tall
Jamar Chase
task.
was out of the game, he was still getting carved up. I forget who the white receiver was on Cincinnati. He was carving him up.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a tough. I mean, well, I'm curious to see how the week of practice went because they were going to put Cooper out there for a minute.
Yeah, I saw Vic Fangio was talking about that.
But then you lose. Then who's your slot guy or like nickel guy?
Well,
Like,
I
if
think they were saying Mac McWilliams. Apparently, he's looked decent.
Oh yeah.
He looked good in, I guess, going back to the second game, aside from like Jahad Campbell and what do you call it, Makuba. I remember Mac McWilliams looking okay in coverage, so maybe it's him in nickel. I don't know. Where are you going?
Just to unplug this thing.
Why'd you unplug
That
that?
shit smells getting to me.
What was
I
it?
didn't smell anything.
That's all I can smell. My bad.
Oh, okay. I was just like, what the hell?
But
Is he
We're
a
talking
Tulane
about-
guy
oh, yeah.
too?
Now, Mac McWilliams is Florida or Florida State? I forget.
Gotcha.
yeah,
Oh, I smell it now. Okay. It doesn't smell bad.
was it
but-
like an air freshener or
yeah,
something?
yeah, it,
Okay, I
it
guess
is
I
kind of potent.
Yeah,
That's all.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it would really be. I mean, I definitely don't. I don't think they're going to try to play DeJean on the outside
No.
with any kind of regularity. I think they would rather, take their hits there and leave him as like an elite slot guy.
Well, and like Vic Fangio has said that he's going to play Quignon kind of a potential just like kind of follow the number 1. So it doesn't really matter.
Which is because not what David did last year.
No, well, you had Slay. I mean, you
He
had.
didn't need to.
we
I
had
guess
a-
he didn't need
Yeah.
to, but
We
yeah,
had
it
a
seems
pretty-
like not really usually what Vic does.
No, but I think that he might need to now because you get rid of Slay that way, and you might need to. I mean, Quignon's proven that he can he's got major upside. I think Cooper presents a unique characteristic in terms of being able to play the slot in a kind of squatty, strong,
He's like a
big
linebacker.
hitter. Yeah, like he hits like a linebacker, but he can cover like a corner. I don't know if his speed or like we haven't really seen his chase down speed that way. He's really good at line of scrimmage, almost kind of like run stopping, screen pass. breaking up the pass, level setting the hit in the middle. We haven't seen him chase a long ball down, right? Quignon could do that, and we had Slade doing that. The hope was that Keely Ringo could do that, but then you have a savvy vet in Jackson, but he's older. I don't know. That'll be a tricky thing. There's that guy from Oakland that we picked up that could potentially be the filler for that.
Yeah, Jacorian Bennett.
Yeah, I mean, Bennett did rank in like the top 5 in pass breakups and I think completion percentage when he did play for them. He didn't really get a lot of opportunity, and in a tough division too. So that's the biggest question mark. But if the front 4 and front 7 produce like they did last year in terms of just getting to the quarterback, maybe not in sacks, but like QB hits, pressures, getting in their head.
Making them throw the ball quickly.
You don't need to be a fucking fly on shit as a corner. You just need to be around them to just put a hand on the ball.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of the formula for the 2017 Eagles, right? Like, yeah, you had BG, Fletcher Cox, Timmy Jernigan, Chris Long, right? Like, it didn't really matter who you had behind them. Like, you had Patrick Robinson.
Even the 2022,
record-setting sack team just about.
But the 2022 did have Bradbury, who people sleep on him because he sucked.
But he was pretty good that
before.
year.
He was really good that year, and Slay was good. But yeah, like, Pat, to your point, if the front 7 does their job, then the coverage, you can get away with some stuff. I also think that Fangio is really good at scheming things up to where if you have a weak link, he can probably hide it. Whereas, like, what was his name? Sean Desai.
Yeah.
And Matt Patricia, I was blanking on his name.
Oh, my God.
Those guys couldn't scheme a cover-up worth shit. So, at the end of the day, I mean, the second cornerback position is concerning, but it's, I don't know. I think they have the weapons and the tools to overcome it. Here's something I was thinking about is I was trying to think if there's like a kryptonite for this team this year, what it is. And then I was between two things. I was between the second cornerback, because, yeah, I mean, they do play some decent receivers now, and also the offensive line depth.
Yeah, that's a little concerning.
Right?
Already having to dip into that with Landon being out for a little while. Yeah,
like Tyler Steen would typically be the backup. He's starting, and apparently, by all accounts, he looks good. But at the same time, it's like, then, like, who's your rotational defensive or offensive tackle? Like, your offensive lineman. Matt Pryor, who's a journeyman in the league. Like, Brett Toth, who's a journeyman in the league. And I have faith in Stoutland to coach him up, but we had Stoutland in 2020. The offensive line was all banged up, and that season went to hell real quick.
And you have to figure there's probably going to come some point in the season where Lane's going to be out for a game or two.
Dickerson will miss chunks of games. Yeah.
Somebody could get banged up. I mean, if we run as aggressively as we have, I mean, that's any given team, right? I mean, all we can do is focus on who's hurt right now and who can step in at this moment. It's so hard to predict, God forbid Saquon goes down. Well, there goes the whole, then it is going to be, can fucking Jalen Hurts throw the ball or whatnot? I'm just saying, like, there's things that are difficult to predict. We lucked out with Landon not being too injured compared to how bad it could have been. But he played the Super Bowl like a fucking all-pro left guard with relatively a similar injury. I mean, he had a bummed up knee and all that shit throughout that whole game and was blocking Chris Jones and everybody else that came at him very well. So, I don't know. Stoutland, I believe in that turnaround of Mekhi Becton last year. I know I misspoke and said Pro Bowl. He really did play he did play, though, potentially Pro Bowl caliber compared to what he was like. I mean, he really was that first-round pick Mekhi Becton again, which was good to see. So if he can do that with him, I think if guys want to learn and just want to adapt, they can learn to Stoutland's, scheme that way. But Landon's going to be a big hit. I'm not overly concerned with the O-line at all. I really believe that Stoutland can plug and play.
So
because he's done that.
If you had to pick one area where you're like, oh, this is the area I'm concerned about, what would you pick? You're going to say nothing. I knew it.
No, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
Holes.
No. I mean, there's holes and there's gaps, right? But I think that having a second year with Vic Fangio, he's been able to, like you said, hide the gaps where you need to, right? Like, you might not have...
I knew you were going to say this.
You just said that, but you said that. I'm referencing you.
I knew you were going to say you don't have any concerns, and here's why.
Yeah,
and you're going to have all these reasons why you're not concerned at all, Mr. 15-2.
But it's going to make sense, right? I mean, Vic Fangio is a phenomenal coordinator. We got to see 1 year with him, and he turned arguably one of the worst defenses we've had in a while to the number one defense in the NFL, the Super Bowl champs. with 2 rookies out there, one coming off an injury, a hurt Nakobe Dean, a couple plug-and-play linebackers, you name it, he figured it out, right? Then you turn to this year, he's got relatively the same team, couple different gaps here and there, but to your point, he can mask those holes. Similarly to how Stoutland can mask the holes on the O-line. I mean, we had Landon playing center for a little bit in the championship game, and no one noticed, no one batted an eye. Saquon still was getting 15, 12 yards of rush on that with a new left guard or whatnot. So I get it. There's going to be some concerns here and there with how the team might be structured or injuries going into the regular season. But this team has the mentality and the coaching continuity in those areas that gaps could present themselves to really give themselves a good leg above the rest.
So you don't have any areas of concern. Okay.
At the moment, right now, I'm not concerned about this team. No.
Yeah, I'm not saying anyone's concerned about the team,
as a whole,
is there anything that you feel like, oh, yeah, this could be a problem? Or not even a problem, just something to think about? No? Okay.
No, I got nothing. I could not, I really, honestly, I've tried to think about it, right? Maybe safety.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say just the secondary as a whole.
But, yeah, I mean, I think about it, but at the same time, I could probably reason why that would level out. Yeah, we lose CJ.
Safety's kind of is a big concern. I didn't think of it as one.
We lose CJ.
I mean, Makuba's looked pretty good. And
he's hurt again.
But it's like, yeah, but he's hurt. Yeah, so it's like.
And you got Reed, but.
A lot of them. And it's like, and he's a rookie, so he's unproven. Right. So there's some uncertainty there to begin with. And then there's injury concerns. And. So yeah, I would say the secondary as a whole, the safety and the second cornerback position together could present some issues.
It's a lot of,
but it is true that like I'm kind of glad that the area of concern is on the defense, because that's where I feel the most confident in the coaching.
Sure,
I think that like Vic Fangio
right.
is I like. How could you not trust the guy? Like, he turned like a dog shit defense into the best in the league. So if they do have some little weaknesses there, that's like an area where I have a lot of faith in the coordinator to elevate them a little bit.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I do think that if there are 2 weak links, that's a little harder to mask. Like if it's just we need to hide our CB2, okay. But if you got to hide your CB2 and your strong safety or your free CB2, I guess your free safety, that's a little harder to mask when you have 2 holes. But again, I believe in Fangio. I do hope that Makuba is able to stay healthy, because when he's been healthy, certainly in preseason, he had a hell of a game. Mm-hmm. It's just he's so slight.
That one pick he had was crazy.
That was nasty, man.
Yeah.
Like
he was like squeezed in between 2 guys.
It was like it was smart too. Like I saw a couple people talking about this and read a couple things about it. Once the quarterback breaks the pocket, he's allowed to shove the receiver. So he shoves the receiver and like bumps him off his route, and then comes in and cuts in between. I guess it was the tight end and the running back. And it was a really poor route concept, because why would they be right next to each other? Mm-hmm. But hey, I mean, you got to take advantage of the other team's mistakes. He did that. He said it was his first pick 6 ever.
Yep.
Ever.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, that's wild.
They got a fumble recovery leader.
Yeah, the fumble recovery. Like, he was just in the right place at the right time. But, yeah, he's always around the ball. Like, I think that's why they drafted him, is they needed someone, the CJGJ replacement, that has good ball skills, just knows how to find the action, how to be present when he needs to be. And he kind of showed that in preseason. So I'm optimistic about him, but also he's just so little. Like, they showed him, I guess it was post-game, doing an interview with John Clark. And I mean, John Clark's probably a pretty tall dude. He's probably like 6'3", 6'4". But Makuba looked tiny standing next to him. It's like, oh, geez, that's our starting safety? So...
Probably not starting. I mean, you got...
no, I think he probably is. Who else is going to be? Sidney Brown?
Who else is it? Yeah.
I think it probably would be Sidney Brown.
Yeah.
At least those are that would be the battle right there, would be Makuba and Sidney Brown.
Well, the training camp's over. There shouldn't be a battle anymore, right? Like,
I think it's still pretty much open, yeah.
I don't think so. I think Makuba kind of sealed the deal with that performance the other day.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see tomorrow.
He'll be on the team. I just don't know.
Yeah, they'll still make the team. Yeah, we got tomorrow's game, third preseason game.
Yeah.
The annual tradition, third preseason game against the Jets.
Yeah. Yeah. If the Jets don't try to kill anyone That was like a few years ago.
Oh, when they tried to kill Hurts?
Yeah, obviously Hurts isn't playing in any of these games.
Sirianni
anymore,
was like, what the fuck was that? To
Yeah.
Robert Saleh.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I remember watching that. Sirianni was so mad, dude. And was that the year? That was what, 2022 when Hurts almost won the MVP?
I think so, yeah.
Yo, so on the flip side, I was also thinking about this. Pat, you'll have tons of answers for this. Number one reason why the Eagles repeat. Pat's going to say everything.
I'll let Trevor go first.
Number one reason why? That's interesting. I mean,
if y'all looked at the rundown, you would have known this question was coming.
I did
y'all
look at the
don't
rundown.
I looked at it.
I looked at it. I just didn't give it a lot of thought.
I'll give it.
I always look at the rundown.
It's in there so you can know what to say when it comes up.
Yeah.
Yeah, some things never change.
See, but he looked at it.
We took 2 months off, and y'all still don't know how to react to what's in there.
I know what to say.
You don't even look.
But I know what to say. I'm just waiting to say my piece. You say it. You let it rip.
I would say the reason they could repeat is because the passing game reaches a new level.
Okay. Yeah, that's I kind of like the sound of that.
But like maybe they finally get more than two receivers involved, and I think they don't. Obviously they're gonna lean on Saquon a lot. Obviously, it's still gonna be a run focused team, obviously, but I do think that they're gonna be maybe forced to throw the ball a little more. Obviously, like that's in the Super Bowl they kind of took away Saquon, which like ultimately didn't end up working out for them. But I think that a lot of other teams are going to try to have that strategy, and it's going to be a lot of like, let's try to let Jalen Hurts beat us, and he's going to have to step up a little bit. But I think he can, and if he does, if the passing game kind of takes a step up, becomes more like a little less run heavy, more balanced offense, I think they can keep opponents off guard and do the thing again.
Okay, yeah, that's not too different from what I had in mind. Pat, you can go ahead though.
I just think that the path is pretty easy. I think that the NFL. I think
a first place schedule.
I think the NFL right now. I think
no consecutive home games.
I think
the
that
schedule is easy. Oh,
I
Jesus.
think that the NFC as a whole is pretty weak. I think that the quarterback tree in the NFL right now is also pretty booty cheeks in the history of our lifetime watching football. Probably one of the weakest quarterbacking eras right now that we've seen. We're talking, of the quarterbacks we're facing right now,
Are you
right?
going to say the weakest when Mahomes is one of the best ever?
Sure, but look at his offense right now. You have an aging Kelsey right now. You have depleted receiving core. You got Xavier Worthy, and who else on that team? Nobody. You got the Giants, so you play pick your poison. Would you want to play Russell Wilson week whatever, and then Jameis Winston or Jackson Dart at some point?
You
That's
can't
all I'm saying.
You can't say the Giants in the conversation of best quarterbacks
saying,
in the NFL
no,
not being good.
I'm saying the
that's
quarterbacks.
not the competition.
I'm saying that is the quarterbacks that we're playing is all I'm saying. It's not that difficult.
We play Buffalo.
Sure, Josh Allen we'll give him another fraudulent MVP award just to make him happy. He got a nice
So
wife.
what are you saying? He's trash now?
I just think that it's a little bit overrated with the guys that are good. All we heard about was Lamar Jackson, so good. Oh, Pat Mahomes doesn't lose to NFC teams. Jalen Hurts has only lost to what? 2 AFC teams in his whole career?
Who?
The Jets.
The Jets being one, which is absurd. We should have won that game.
game.
That was a terrible game.
That was the game where Mekhi Becton was taunting.
Terrible. I was in Hawaii for that game. I'm like, well, this is ridiculous
that
right
game
now.
sucked.
Yeah.
Who
And
else?
probably
What other one?
KC.
Yeah, he
Super
lost to
Bowl?
KC his first year as a starter.
Oh yeah, the first year.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that it?
My point though is that
I
I
feel
think
like
that
he's lost to more than 2 AFC
I think this team is just the most complete team in the NFL. I think that we're still largely
Probably
the
most
same
balanced.
team as last year. The coaching is the same. The mentality is the same. I think a lot of teams, yeah, sure. Jaden Daniels has a lot to prove coming off a great year last year, but
I think they take a big old step
historically-
That roster's old as dirt.
Roster's old.
They
They
have
had a
players
lot
older
of.
than me.
I'm not gonna be like a Jaden Daniels hater. Like I think he's really fucking good.
definitely.
But I do think you look at their season last year. They had that fucking crazy Hail Mary, the Bears gave them the game.
Got them all amped up.
They only
had
beat
a
us
very
'cause
weak schedule.
They beat us because we made a bunch of mental mistakes.
Right.
That's
And Hurts was out of the
yeah.
game.
And then Devontae
Could
dropped
have easily
that ball.
won that
There was
game.
Slay was running off the field when he shouldn't have been.
Yeah, not to
Yeah.
get too sidetracked, but I do think Washington takes a step back.
I'm
this
just
year.
saying, I'm not comparing, again, to run it back, I'm not comparing fucking the Giants quarterback room to Pat Mahomes. I'm just saying, as a whole, I think that it's, you're not playing high caliber quarterbacks every week, right? You play Bo Nix this year. You play fucking, you name
Bo
it.
Nix was all right now, though.
Sure.
I drafted him in one of my leagues
last year he was,
last
but
night.
again, you're dealing with a fucking you're dealing with people that haven't experienced. It's just, I'm not that terrified of anybody that we play. We didn't change that much going into this season, where other teams are young and developing, and they could be a wild card. They could be really good. Who knows? But there's been a lot of moving around in terms of receiving rooms and things like that with other teams that don't scare how we've been built. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
That's why I'm confident to run it back. Yeah, the NFC, the Rams could give us trouble any day. Tampa Bay always scares me because that's our kryptonite. I get that. But their receiving room is kind of banged up and getting older as well. Their defense is good. I mean, that's always given us trouble here and there, and Hurts can't quite get over that hump. But other than those two teams, San Fran is fucking fraudulent. They're pretty much withering away on the West Coast.
I think they could be decent this year.
I don't think so. I'm not even batting an eye about them. I mean, there's nobody. The NFC North is a fraudulent division as well. I think they have a great regular season schedule. I think they do well. They'll have probably two teams that have 12 wins or whatnot. But come playoff time, it's like a fart in the wind. Where'd they go? I don't know. Doesn't matter to me. So that's why I think that we're going to run it back.
All right, fair enough. I mean, I don't disagree with some of what you said. I do think, for me, I would say the biggest thing is continuity, right? Like, defensively, yeah, there was some turnover as far as the players are concerned, but you still have all the defensive coaches. With Fangio, what's his name? Christian Parker, the cornerbacks coach. What's his
D-line
name?
coach.
Bobby, what do you call it? Bobby King. He was talking to me. He's a dog, dude. And Clint Hurt.
I met him
boy.
at Wegmans.
Yeah.
Bobby King.
No, Clint Hurt.
Clint Hurt at Wegmans.
Yeah.
What was that like?
I was in the.
You're probably like, damn, this guy's like the mountain.
No, we're looking at salad.
Did you just have a shopping cart full of steaks?
He only had a little the little hand basket thing,
okay.
but we were in the salad dressing
Yo,
aisle.
him holding a hand basket probably looked like a baby holding.
Well, I
like,
looked at him and I was like, "Man, I know this guy." She goes, "Don't say anything." I'm like, "No, I swear to God, I know this guy."
Did you
She was
say
like,
something to
"Don't,"
him?
and I was like, "Go Birds." He looked at me. He was like, and fist pound. And I was like, I didn't know his name, so I went to the end of the aisle. I kept looking at him. I looked at him like Eagles D-line coach. And I was like, "Oh my God, that is him! I knew it." She was
That's
like,
wild.
"Don't." So I was like, "Let him just chill. Like maybe he was just shy. I was like, he probably just needed a little bit."
Yeah, he doesn't.
But I was like,
A lot of people probably
Was it
don't
the Wegmans
recognize
in
him.
Cherry Hill?
Yeah,
Word.
he was. The guy's massive. He's huge. But I was like, I know this motherfucker right now. I
That's
just can't
cool
think of
as
his name
hell.
right now. Yeah.
But yeah, I think defensively, you had some turnover on the defense, but you also bring back key players in Zach Bond, Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell, Jalen Carter, right? You still have a lot of the foundation there, and all the defensive coaches, which is a big deal.
Kobe Dean too, albeit coming off an injury.
Apparently
But
he's rehabbing, he's looking good. But even if he doesn't come back, I feel really good about Jahad Campbell stepping in. And then offensively, yeah, you have a new offensive coordinator, but it's kind of a lot of the same stuff. He's been around.
Yeah, this guy's been
around.
with the team for a while. It's not like you're just bringing in some
Right.
guy,
who wants to change it, make a name for himself.
Yeah, so I think that's huge because Hurts, it's been well documented. He's played with a new offensive play caller every year. And that is the case, but it kind of isn't because it is still pretty much the same system. And then, yeah, you have pretty much every starter on the offense returning except Mekhi Becton, and Tyler Steen will step in and fill in like he never left, right? So I think Hurts is kind of poised for another MVP caliber type season. I don't know if he wins it. Josh Allen, they might give him one. They might give Lamar Jackson one. Who knows? Joe Burrow's the popular pick, even though that defense can't stop anyone. We'll see. I think Hurts is going to be a top 3 this year. I'm not saying he's going to win. Maybe I'll say that in week 2, week 3 if he comes out tearing it up. But I would say just the continuity that we haven't really had the last few years is probably the thing I'm most confident about.
I agree with that. I think we're all on the same. Might be a little bit more against everybody else, but I think we're all on the same token that way.
Yeah.
Teams just built for success. This is like our window.
Yeah, exactly.
We smashed open the window, and this is it right here. Like, this is the best.
Yeah,
Team
because the thing
we've
was
had.
like it wasn't like we won last year with a bunch of like aging vets and stuff. I mean, like the 2017 team.
These
was
guys
a
are
lot
in their
different.
prime.
This is like we had multiple rookies on defense.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think we're in the best spot to be in. I think the division's in a good spot to take to get back into the playoffs, and it's just a matter of can we win. I don't know. I mean, it's going to be a fun ride this season for sure.
yeah,
I say that now. Come talk to me September 5th, and we'll see how that game goes.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm not too scared of the Cowboys. They're kind of in turmoil, but first game, weird stuff could happen.
Yeah.
You never know. I guess the last thing I had is of all the players on the team, like you can't pick like Saquon. Like you have to pick someone that's maybe a little less heralded. Who do you think's poised for a breakout season? I got one. Y'all probably already know who mine is.
why don't you go first?
I'll go first. Poised for a breakout season. Breakout season being like all pro Bowl season?
Not like
or just like a standout season.
becomes a well-known player beyond just like sickos like us. I guess last year's example would be
Zach Bond.
Well, yeah, that was a breakout.
That was
Yeah,
Definitely.
that's like the
dramatic breakout.
That's like the highest percentile outcome of what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But like, I guess I would say like Nolan Smith was kind of like that last year. No one really knew who he was. He was playing the third preseason game last year, but then came up big and down the stretch in the playoffs.
I could see. I mean, I don't know. If I had to really put my mind to it right now.
Another reason why you should look at the rundown.
Defensively. No. I got it right now. Just there's so many players that I could choose, and I would have had the same thing. I'm not good at writing it down, but I would say probably, and this might not be what you're looking for, but I think Jahan Dotson, I think, could be one where
that's a good example.
I think he could be kind of like have a Jason Avant kind of year, right? Where like he might not be the guy that's going to, I mean, talk about a wide receiver room to have A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith in there to compete against. But for a reliable, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, maybe you fake the run and give it to a guy that's going to be open. Jahan Dotson could be that guy that's reliable down the stretch, have a bigger impact on the team. I think we saw that in the Super Bowl where he got kind of open a lot of the time. Even in the playoffs as a whole was really kind of overlooked the whole entire time and made the most of his opportunities. I think the receiving coaches and even Sirianni has said that he's been kind of stepping up and showing out in preseason or in training camp and things like that in terms of his speed, his route running ability, his cutting ability, which is good to see. And I think that, iron sharpens iron. I mean, you're playing against, if your number 1 and 2 are A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, for him to be number 3 as a first-round pick formerly is pretty good. I think he could have a pretty standout year this year.
Yeah, I mean, you think about him, right? Like he came over last year or right before the season started. He never really had a training camp. Never really had an opportunity to really build chemistry with Hurts or with the rest of the receivers with the offense. So yeah, the whole season at the Super Bowl, he had that the touchdown catch against Green Bay was really what started it.
And a fucking butthole hair away from a catch in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, Dave Kiss called it. What he called Jahan Dotson
40.
over a half catch.
Yeah.
And he had 2.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll never forget that. Me and Dave and me and Dave on the couch just cracking up when he caught that ball.
And Will Shipley, I think, too, over 10 yards. He got that in one run.
It was Gainwell. Yeah, because I made money off that one. But yeah, I think Jahan Dotson, that's a good pick. And yeah, that kind of is what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for you to say Will Shipley or to say, Devontae Smith's going to go back being a Pro Bowl caliber receiver. Everyone knows who Devontae Smith is. That's a good one.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Moro Ojoma.
Yeah.
Damn, yeah, that was mine. Yeah,
was it?
Yeah. I've been on Moro Ojomo since middle of last season. I was about him when we drafted him.
Yeah. I mean, when he had his opportunities last year, he looked really good. And now he's with, the losses that we've had on the defensive line. He's going to have a much bigger role this year. And, I think people are going to know who he is this year.
Yeah, I mean, another player who, as the season went on last year, just started playing better and better and better and better. I mean, I was shouting him out on the regular.
Hunt?
Huh?
You're gonna say Jalen?
No,
Hunt?
I'm talking about Morrow.
Oh, yeah,
I'm still talking about Morrow because Morrow was my guy, dude.
Yeah.
When we drafted him, I was like, I mostly just liked him because he finished school 2 years early. Like, you could tell he was smart. And, he had a decent college career. And come to find out, like, yeah, this dude's a baller. So, yeah, I kind of like him to honestly replace Milton Williams, where, again, kind of like Tyler Steen for Mekhi Becton, you don't really miss a beat. I don't think we're really going to miss a beat. I think Morrow's going to have a good year. So, yeah, Trevor took mine, so now I got to come up with another one on the fly. I'll go Jahad Campbell.
Yeah.
First round pick, sure, but, like, it's a rookie linebacker. It usually takes a few years for a player like that to kind of come into their own. But, I mean, preseason, he's looked great. Vic Fangio thinks really highly of him. He's a local kid, right, too? So, he wants to do well, put on for the city. Yeah, he's also going to get plenty of opportunity right now, too, with Nakobe Dean's injury. I think between him and Trot, like Trot Jr., like linebacker, we'll be okay. Then I think when Nakobe comes back, Nakobe's going to be playing limited snaps, so they'll still get plenty of opportunities until Nakobe's fully in the swing. And by then, it might be that, Jahad Campbell is going to be
being his job at that point.
Yeah, he might be on track to be Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Well, it's funny we had such a depravity at linebacker for so long. Pretty much every year after that, Takeo Spikes and Trotter senior year.
We had the Bradham year.
We had
the Bradham Kendricks year, 2017.
Yeah, they were decent, but they weren't. But they were never like there for long enough. Where this is like a file, like an era where like we're having a, it's like the beginning of the D'Amico Ryans and Jordan Hicks kind of era for a little bit with Simba and whatever. But I think that this is a great opportunity to have a good stable linebacker room, because honestly, Nakobe Dean was finally coming into his own last season. Him and Bond were really clicking left and right. I mean, they were like fucking shit in the rain. They were everywhere. Run gap, passing defense. You know what I mean?
In the rain?
Yeah, they were everywhere. You know what I mean?
I've never heard that in my life.
What's the logic behind?
Well, I guess it depends on the type of shit, right?
In the rain.
When you take a shit and it rains, it goes everywhere. You know what I mean?
When you shit outside in the rain like you do.
Yeah. Anyway, look at dog shit when it rains. It always goes away. It just goes away. Anyway, listen. That's all I'm saying.
Continue.
Look it up. It's a saying. Look it up.
Look it up.
Yeah, look it up. Anyway, I'm happy with the linebacker.
Oh my
right
God!
Now. It can only get better when they all get healthy.
I can't believe you said that.
But I think Jalix Hunt could be one as well that could have a breakout season.
Yeah, he could be like a Josh Sweat replacement, like Morrow for Milton. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I'm thinking of shit in the rain. It depends on the type of shit. Like, if you take a watery one, like, of course it's going to rain.
Well, I'm not saying
I just Googled, like, shit in the rain, and the AI, whoever you says, the phrase, quote, like shit in the rain is a crude and informal expression used to describe a situation that is utterly disastrous, unpleasant, or going terribly wrong.
Listen, that's just AI bullshit. That's not real life experience, that I have. That's not
Have you shit in the rain?
But I can't find any. What is the meaning of heavy rain? Like,
no. Well, yeah, camping I have, but not like maybe.
Did it go everywhere?
Well, no, I pooped in a bucket, but it wasn't like I pooped on the ground and it rained. You know what I mean? Anyway, you get the analogy, though, right? It poops and you get...
don't.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
I don't really understand.
I get it if you take a really watery dump. Like, you have diarrhea and it rains and you're outside. Yeah, it's going to go everywhere.
Maybe if you have diarrhea out of like an airplane and it's...
Listen.
All over.
I never had to explain it to people. Usually people just get it. You know what I mean? So, go take a shit in the rain and see what happens. Or hit it with a hose. It goes everywhere. It's the same kind of thing.
I guess. Although if it's really firm and solid, it's not going everywhere. You got to eat some fiber.
Well, you taking firm shits every day? No way.
You got to eat some fiber. I take mostly firm shits.
Yeah, you got to be healthy.
I
put fucking chia seeds in my smoothie every day, man. My shit's nice.
Again, it's a... one-off situation. We're talking shit in the rain. We're not talking like if you got a shit in the rain, it's usually not going to be a good shit. So that's all I'm saying. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that.
All right. Well, we can move on then. On that note, let's hit the Phillies.
Speaking of
being everywhere,
yeah. Great series against the Mariners. They whooped up on their ass. It's like historically great series.
Yeah.
I think it was. The first time, I think I saw it was the first time ever that the Phillies had a 3-game series where each starting pitcher reached double-digit strikeouts.
I think since 1903.
And it was like, they hit a total of like, how many hits they hit over that series? It was like, there was 2 games where they had like 20.
was like
50 something.
I don't remember.
Insane.
But yeah, the offense really woke up. And the thing is, right, the Mariners are a solid team.
They're good.
Coming into this series, I think they were first in the AL wild card.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. In the wild card, yeah.
Yeah, that's a solid team, right? And I mean, Logan Gilbert, the guy that pitched the first game, and Luis Castillo, the guy that pitched the third game. There are some good pitchers. Luis Castillo almost won a Cy Young a couple years ago. And yeah, the Phillies didn't care. I think that was encouraging to see. I would say really...
Especially after coming off that Nats series, that was kind of disappointing, you know?
I was going to say, aside from that Nats series, I mean, I've been pretty encouraged by their play of late.
Yeah, no, they look good. I mean, the offense, since the last time we got together, JT Realmuto has just turned into a fucking machine at the plate.
Whenever I start talking about how he's washed, happens every year.
Just
like
gotta do it. Yeah, you got
an animal.
Yeah.
Your boy Bryson Stott.
Tough love works sometimes.
Yeah.
Stott's been looking good.
Trey Turner's been hitting every fucking thing in sight.
Even like Marsh has been looking all right.
Yeah, Wet Brandon. Schwarber. I mean,
Schwarber's just... Harper's been... hit that fucking like... crazy
he had
bomb.
2 moonshots.
He was the first player this season to hit 2 440 balls in the same game.
Yeah, it was wild. Yeah, so I mean, everything's clicking right now. It's just like I want to feel like great about going forward, but then I just keep coming back to the Wheeler thing, and I'm just like,
yeah.
Like if we just had our like up until recently it was like a Cy Young candidate pitcher, like how good would we be feeling about this team if we still had everyone healthy?
To be honest, I still feel pretty good. I mean,
I still feel good.
I would feel worse if he went out and then our bats went quiet. But the way this offensive performance has been going,
I mean, they went from having like arguably the best rotation in baseball to just having a very good rotation.
Yeah, and I'm not discrediting the loss of.
But it is also like Zach Wheeler is probably except for maybe Schwarber, probably the player that you would least want to lose.
Definitely, I think we lucked out with that he isn't going to be out for 6 months with this blood clot thing or whatever the fuck it was. Like,
we don't
know if he's going to be back this year, though. We don't know if he'll be
back. Yeah,
well,
that's the
sounds
problem. Yeah.
Hopefully more positive than super negative, but the way that they're playing right now with, Painter as a potential bring up, if these bats, and they won't be this hot for forever, obviously, but it's a good showing that like, we can,
they're capable.
This is what they can do, is what we were waiting for all fucking season, where top to bottom of the lineup, I mean, Stott, even Bohm coming back, doing relatively well, hitting. JT waking up, Trey Turner hitting like he should hit. Whether we don't need home runs every time. First home run all season at home.
Yeah, that was wild.
Like,
that
what?
is crazy.
How about that?
Crazy.
That's so crazy. He had 12 dingers all on the road. That's wild.
Yeah. So, I mean, it sucks that Wheeler's out, and I get that, but the pitching rotation right now, at least in that series, was just remarkable. And they're not going to do that every time, but we know that we've always
Mariners' offense is pretty good though. Like, I'm not saying it's repeatable, but they made the big dumper look like a big baby. He was like 1 for 10 in the series with a bunch of strikeouts.
I don't think he hit it. Did he hit a home run?
No, he had 1 double. That was it.
Meanwhile, Schwarber hit 2?
I think so, yeah.
He might hit
the second and third game he hit 1.
He hit 2.
He had a bunch of RBIs.
He missed it in the first one. He went back to back in 2 games ago, and then yesterday's game.
Yeah, he had a bunch of ribbies too. But yeah,
and 14 straight series with a home run.
That's wild.
Jesus. And then like Eugenio Suarez, Julio Rodriguez, like they kind of like Julio Rodriguez went off a little bit in the last game, but I mean that's a good offense that the starting rotation kind of shut down. I just do still think long term they're going to really kind of need Wheeler back in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
Should you get there? Or like, I shouldn't say should you get there. It's just a matter of whether they get the 2 seed or not. But, I mean, they could get the 1 seed if the Brewers start losing some games.
Yeah, they got no slowdown in sight that way, but...
They lost a couple in a row, and the Phillies play them in September. It's not out of the question.
That'll be a big series.
The Phillies play the Dodgers in September, too. That'll be the battle for the 2 seed. But, yeah, I guess going back to my point, like, I do have some concern long term, just because, like you said, this isn't sustainable offense.
No,
there's going to come
and pitching. You're not going to pitch. I mean,
you're not going to strike out 10 guys.
To have every guy
in
the series pitch the fucking almost best game of their season, back to back to back.
Yeah, so granted, I mean, Christopher Sanchez has been turning in starts like that all season.
I expect that from him. I'm cool with that. But Luzardo will not.
Luzardo,
do that.
Rangers been.
He's very feast or famine.
Yeah.
And then Suarez has been
Was that
not as
Luzardo?
reliable.
He's hit 12 3 times this season.
Yeah, he's had some high strikeout
Yeah.
games. Yeah,
That's ridiculous.
yeah. I mean, he really is boom or bust. He'll have some games
Yeah.
where he shuts a team out, strikes out 10. Of games
is,
where he can't get out of the third inning.
terrifying for the playoffs. But
Oh yeah.
I mean, speaking of terrifying, that Nola performance on Sunday,
Well,
I mean, look,
he kind of
it was his first game back,
it was a repeat of what
but
he
it
did.
was like, it was horrendous.
that's
Dude.
So like,
yeah, that's
He-
like
he-
vintage Nola though. Third inning, you're like, okay, first two, like, wow, my God, he's looking good. Third inning comes around and Nola
but that
comes
is the
back,
thing. Like,
baby.
if they want to make if they do want to make a deep playoff run, he has to be effective.
he needs to be.
yeah, or he's
like-
not going to be on the roster.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously, Christopher Sanchez has been pitching like an ace. Ranger Suarez is pretty trustworthy. You can rely on him. But then after that, like,
Luzardo, you can't
Luzardo, yeah, like he can
Walker
be
is-
good, but
Yo,
you can't.
so if the playoffs started tomorrow, who's your number 3? Is it Ranger? Or no, not
no,
Ranger.
Ranger
Is
would
it,
be
is
the
it
two.
He's
Luzardo?
two.
Is it Luzardo,
It's
Nola,
Sanchez,
or Walker?
Sanchez, Ranger.
I could make a case for Walker.
I would go Luzardo.
Walker's been good, dude.
I feel like
I'll see how
it
he does.
depends. Like if you're a gambling man, you go with Luzardo.
Yeah, big
Yeah,
time.
It's
For-
like
for the high
might get,
upside,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like you might. It's like
I'm
put
putting
your
down
chips
6
on the table.
6+ strikeouts.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So you,
But if you're like playing a little more conservatively, you just want like solid, but like and then maybe you go with Walker.
yeah, I would go Walker over Nola. That's for damn sure.
I'm gonna
Like,
have
Nola
to
is just
see.
like you just can't really trust him at all right now until you need to see more.
I want to see
until-
how they do against the Nationals. It should be a good little. You got
the Nats are hot.
but you have those like honestly vying for third rotation right there. You got
Yeah.
Walker, Nola, and fucking I don't know who's playing at the third game, but Walker, Nola playing against Washington right now will be a good tell of like, okay, let's see what they got. Nola can shake off the rust, see what he's got right now. Walker is Walker, because Painter's a chomping at the bit to get it. He's just waiting for the
I mean,
opportunity.
he hasn't been good though. I think he could still end up being a September call up just because, but he's like being kind of shaky in AAA. They might, I don't know.
He might be like a break the like like a emergency.
If someone gets hurt, he's gonna have to come up. Probably that's
Yeah.
probably what they'll do.
Yeah.
But yeah, he hasn't been great. But
Speaking of that series though, Duran against
man.
Colorado.
Yeah,
We haven't talked about
yeah, we
yeah.
haven't had the pod since we traded
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah. What a man, dude.
That
He
was
rules.
awesome. Against
We have
Cal
not had
Raleigh,
a,
Raleigh, whatever fuck his name is.
The big dumper.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cal
the
Raleigh,
big
yeah.
fucking take his shit. Yeah,
He does have a big ass though.
he did a big dump.
But dude, yeah, Durant is fucking wild, man. We have not had any because it's like been frustrating because I feel like it just feels like every team just has one of these guys that just throws like over 100 miles an
Straight
hour.
gas.
The Phillies just never have one, and we finally got one, and like maybe the best one.
Yeah.
So
Dude.
like
Alvarado would hit like
Yeah.
100. We're like, woohoo! This guy's
Yeah.
like 102 is
Just
his
102
lowest.
oh.
Yeah, you're like,
yeah,
ew,
that
what the fuck? Like,
that game. I guess it was the second game of this series when he Cal Raleigh to end the game just. 3 fastballs,
Yeah.
gassed him.
swung and missed on everyone, and like the last 2 are like the same exact pitch in the
Yep.
same spot, just 102 each time, just a little outside the zone. Just oh my god!
Yeah, he's nasty.
And then
man.
there was like a 100 mile an hour splitter.
Yeah.
Well, they
sinker.
call the splinker.
The splinker.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it has like downward action like a splitter, but it also has like braking action like a sinker. It's one of the craziest things I've ever seen. And then every now and again, he'll throw a curveball. He'll throw like an 80-something mile an hour curveball. It's like, what?
Yeah, but for
Yeah,
the
I
most
mean-
part, he's just gassed down the barrel. He just
yeah.
like-
I need to get to a game soon so I can like hope.
Yeah, I
he
want to
comes
see
out.
his
I
entrance.
haven't,
Dude,
I haven't
it's
been to
so
a game in
epic,
a while.
yo.
yeah.
Yeah, it's sick.
Like watching it on TV, I'm just like, damn, I need to actually be there in person to see that and to witness it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, I mean, when I've been sitting on here for a year and a half, 2 years, saying the team's too white, they don't have swag. That entrance, that's I don't even know what you call that. That's beyond swag. That's
Yeah.
like God aura, man. That's crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Especially when you're coming out, just pumping down straight gas. It's insane. Against, I'm not saying one of the better hitters in the league, too, to close out a game like that.
Yeah.
It was just so fun to see.
Like the AL favorite
Yeah.
for MVP. You're
Yeah.
it
gonna
was like the
strike him out
Shohei
like
versus
that?
But I
Mike
love-
Trout shit. Like, it was a cool thing to see, like, just speed versus power.
Yeah.
And-
But I also just love the fact that like he doesn't that he has like just that, obviously like that 102 fastball, and then the splinker is such a awesome combo because you don't really. I mean, he obviously does have like a curveball he throws like once in a blue moon, but you don't have to worry about him like hanging a curveball,
that's
a
all
home run or something.
velocity,
It's
yeah.
just like worst case scenario, like unless he like really misses his spot, you're gonna get like a ground ball, like a seeing eye through the hole. Like I'm sure there's gonna be one of these games where he just gets a bunch of unlucky ground balls and like blows a save that way. That'll probably happen at some point. But it's just like so awesome to have a guy that's either gonna beat you by blowing you away with the fastball or forcing you to hit a ground ball.
Yeah.
That is just like such an awesome
He's
combination.
7-for-7 right now, and even like this series, I think 4 of those outs that he recorded were just right to either Trey Turner or Stott. Like you said, and they die right in the grass. Like you might get a piece of it, but it barely gets off the bat to like, okay, no big deal. Like it's not like they're rushing for their life over here to like get you out.
Yeah, he's the king of inducing weak contact. And I think I saw, or they were saying something on one of the broadcasts recently, where he's given up 1 home run in the last calendar year, and it was to Shohei.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Which is good company to be in that way, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to give up a home run, it should be the best player in baseball right now. So,
Right.
yeah, I feel really strong about the bullpen. I think that the bullpen can kind of compensate for Wheeler being out, right? Because you got
Kerkering's been great.
Alvarado's back.
Kerkering's been
We're not gonna have Alvarado for the playoffs.
He's been okay. Romano, I can't.
Well, no,
we gotta kill that guy.
I mean, in terms of like bullpen guys that you're going to use in leverage situations.
Yeah.
You're going to
Romano's
bring
a garbage time
Romano
guy
in to mop up.
Romano,
and he can't even do that.
He can't
that
do shit.
He
almost,
God.
He almost blew it, man. Thank God the bats are so hot.
Fucking little.
Yeah, that was disgusting, dude.
I just want to kill him. I think he should be on the team.
Yeah. Is it me or has he looked more and more disheveled as the season's
He looks
going
wasted
on?
when he's pitching. He looks like he's hammered half the time.
Yeah, maybe he's trying to self-medicate.
Yeah, he does not look
good.
good.
He's got bags under his eyes. He can feel his hair. Like, get a haircut. He just looks like
longer.
shit. Yeah. I don't think he's washing his jersey.
His mannerisms, like his body language. Granted, it's gotten worse as his performance gotten worse, but like start of the season, spring training, he was upbeat, looked better.
Well, these days you're gonna be just like walking down Kensington Avenue and be like, "Yo, is that Jordan over there?"
He'll try to throw a beer at you and just miss. You're like, "Yep, that's him. Yep, there he is."
Yeah, I noticed that a few weeks ago. It's like, man, he looks kind of bad.
The city's beat this man down. He can't.
He looks worse now.
Could you imagine coming out to the mound and it was like, boo? Like they're just, they're just yelling shit about your family, like getting deep cut in there. Like, damn.
I shouldn't laugh, but yeah, he just looks bad.
He's just getting bullied. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, like fucking, yeah. That was the guy that was like at the start of the season. Like, this is the guy that's gonna replace Jeff Hoffman.
And he fucking sucked.
Oh no.
Yeah.
But yeah, taking him and Joe Ross out of the equation, I feel a lot better about the bullpen, right?
Yeah.
Because you figure
even David Roberts has been all right. He hasn't let up that one home run.
Yeah,
but
Tanner
that's
Banks
it.
has been dealing.
Tanner Banks has been solid all season.
So yeah,
nothing special, but just reliable, solid.
You really need your starter to go 5 innings most games, and then you can turn it over to Strom, right?
Yeah.
To Kerkering, to Tanner Banks, to David Robertson, to Alvarado, at least during the regular season, and then Duran at the back. I think that's going to be what they can use to overcome this Wheeler absence. I mean, starts that Nola only goes 4 or 5. Hopefully, he doesn't give up like 6 or 7 runs. You'll be all right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I mean, if you think about it, the fact that the Phillies have had such a good rotation all year, us like having starters that can go like 6, 7, 8 innings or whatever, has kind of been a luxury that most of the league doesn't have.
Yeah.
Right.
So now it's like, it's like now we kind of have to play a little more like everyone else does and actually
5,
use
6.
our bullpen for 3, 4 innings. And now that we have a much stronger bullpen, it's maybe not the end of the world. So
I like that.
I think they could get through it. It's just like, fuck, I wish we had Wheeler.
Yeah.
Like I wish like this team, like I would feel so good about this team if we still had Wheeler. But yeah.
Well, we'll see.
Is what it is.
If we play,
I don't know how do they like, what do they do with blood? Like, how do they fix it? Is that like a thing to get surgery for? I guess the thing is
he had it removed.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is,
I feel like
happens.
There's just been like very little information afterwards about like the recovery process.
I don't think anyone knows.
Someone told me at work today there was 2 different ways to go about it. He did the less abrasive way about it.
Well, there are 2 different types of, I guess, what do you call it?
Oh, so Syndergaard had a similar thing, which pretty much ended his velocity it kind of ended his career. Not that it was like
Strasburg had it
Strasburg,
too.
I mean, yeah, but like it wasn't. It didn't end his career, but like he was never the same afterwards. Where Wheeler got the ladder of that, where like it wasn't going to be too impacting on his velocity and mobility that way, but he might have to go on like blood thinners and shit like that to like keep it clear from everywhere else or some shit like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember reading about it and listening to some doctor talk about it on Twitter. My understanding is that whatever Wheeler got is the better of the two scenarios. So like I think Merrill Kelly, who's he pitched for now?
That's what he got.
The Rangers?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had the same issue as Wheeler, where it was like his shoulder felt real heavy. Turned out he had a blood clot up here. He got it removed and actually pitched later that season, I'm pretty sure, against the Phillies. Yeah. Like in the 2022, or whenever he played the Diamondbacks and they beat us. He had the same thing earlier that season. So it's not impossible to think that Wheeler can come back and still look good. It's just like with blood clots, I don't know, man. That's not like a broken finger.
Yeah.
Right? Or a sprained ankle. Like,
well, it's a freaky
thing. You don't really know how that can go.
No. But
so that's kind of why everything's kind of up in the air and it's a little nebulous. Like no one knows. You just have to wait and see now that he had it removed how his body responds.
All we can do is keep this train rolling right now. Stay hot. If these bats stay hot like this or closer than this hot, I mean, they keep you in the game.
Yeah.
You got Romano coming in there, getting up a 3-run home run, but then you still go up by 2 because you hit a 2-run home run the next inning. Like you're good to go. And we've missed that all season. It's either like the top of the lineup or the bottom of the lineup hasn't been hot. It has never been a full 1 through 9 or just we went through the whole fucking lineup in 1 inning.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like
a couple of times in that series.
Yeah, against a good team. I was nervous about this series coming into town. I'm like, oh man, like
especially after that Nats series. Yeah.
All right, like here's a good test. And we talked about that I think before we took that break. We're like, all right, well here's a big test for them coming down the stretch.
Oh, you were out before. You were like, yeah, I'm done. I don't think they can do it this season.
Yeah, well, hey, see, but this team reacts to negative reinforcement. Just like my household that I grew up in. You know what I mean? No.
Be careful. Your parents are listening. Yeah. Last thing I got on the Phillies, man, I get to give a shout out to my boy. I always believed in him. Max Kepler.
Max Kepler, yeah, dude.
Yo, for real, Noah, hear me out on this.
Turn it on a little bit.
Hear me out on this, right? So he had this one game. I forget who it was against. The date was August 5th. And he had this game where he had like two extra base hits in the game. He had a home run and a double. And they interviewed him after the game. I had never even heard him talk before. And he came out and like did this post-game interview. And he was just so grounded and so human. Like Tom and Crook we're asking him like, yeah, like Max, like, how do you handle a rough season like this? Like, what do you do? He's like, yeah, I try to be present and like in his German accent, like try to just be in my thoughts and like try to just capitalize on the moment. They were like, well, how do you do that? He's like, I'll be honest, like I haven't really been able to do that this year. It's been tough. It's been hard. Like it's like difficult. The fans are booing me all the time. I don't really understand it. He's like, I kind of think it's their love language, but like at the end of the day, I realize my numbers are what they are, and I just got to do what I do to help the team win. And like, I was just like, dude, this guy's so human. Yeah. Like on this team at Himbos, where like they'd be like, yeah, bro, like I just hit like Castellanos. I don't have a college degree. I just hit home runs.
Right.
Or like Bryce Harper would give some like really like just rehearsed answer. Mm-hmm. Kepler was so thoughtful and just so in that moment. And after that, dude, like I said this in my baseball girl chat with Dean, Siobhan, and her husband. It's called Baseball Girl Chat. Yes, it is. I said to them, I was like, yo, Kepler's got to be hitting like 300 and slugging like 450 since that moment. So Dean went and found the stats since August 5th. And he's hitting like 320 and slugging like 519.
Damn.
So like...
For what, like 2 weeks?
For like 2 weeks. Yeah, but yeah, he's been playing every day. They started benching Casty for him.
I mean, Casty was on a terrible run.
He's been the one we haven't really talked about.
I was going to wait for that, but yeah, he's been playing like shit.
Downer on that's such a good series.
We were like JT, Trey Turner, Stott,
he's been so frustrating.
No one mentioned.
But now,
Marsh,
he who shall not be named.
Yeah.
But now,
we'll wait for him for the playoffs. I'll show up for there.
My boy Kepler, man. I said that day, I said to them in the chat, I was like, yo, I don't have much, like, I don't expect much out of this, but I hope this is kind of the turning point for him in his season where, like, I'll root for him to do well, knowing that he probably won't. And it's turned out like he's actually turned the corner a little bit. So, not saying he's going to be a playoff hero or anything just yet, but I'm glad to see that this guy's human. He accepts the challenge, and he's actually grown out of it.
Yeah. If he dies, he dies. Well, that's Russian. But anyway, I mean, you know, I
But
think it's good to see him.
Cassidy,
Cassie's
good
been
Lord.
booty. Bad.
Yeah.
He's the worst right fielder in baseball, man, offensively and defensively. It's just,
It's a shame.
like him as a person, but it's just gotten to the point that,
Yeah.
I don't even have anything other to say or do.
Yeah,
other than
there's
just
not much
groan.
else to say about it. He's just
No.
been bad.
I think it was a good segue. We kind of went opposite of that, right? We kind of praised Max Kepler, who kind of was the.
Y'all didn't praise him. I did.
No, well, you did,
You
but
didn't say
I
anything.
think no, but I'm saying well, whatever. I just meant in general.
The
Instead of attacking Castellanos, you were like, yeah, he's been doing well, which is kind of how he got in that position.
Yeah, I had the same moment with Taijuan Walker earlier this year. Y'all remember when I was saying I was so glad at how he's handling things? Now I'm
Yeah.
saying he could start in the playoffs. He probably won't, but him or Nola, I'm taking him all the way.
You've been a return to the prodigal son.
Yeah,
mode
man,
this
like
season.
when dudes are human, they're not like Taijuan Walker a couple years ago liking tweets where people are mad you're not starting. Just like, okay, like, yeah, when you're human and like you show that, like that humility,
Mm-hmm.
and you actually, after you're humble like that, you come out and actually improve. Of course I like that. I want to see people accept their flaws and grow from them. That's what life's all about. That's inner excellence, baby.
Yeah.
Damn, way to tie it all together. That's beautiful.
What can I say?
Yeah, man.
So yeah, I think that's all I got. Do we want to talk about the Glinch for a minute?
Yeah.
Do you have anything else on the Phillies?
All
I
right,
don't think
nah,
we do.
not really.
I'm out in the Phils.
So the Glinch. McGlinchies.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to pour one out.
Well, is it officially done? I don't think so.
It's probably going to be.
They're actively looking for a buyer, and like it may.
All right, boys.
Yeah,
This is our chance.
Pull our money together. Let's buy
Yeah.
the Glinchies.
That'd
Start
be
a
cool.
GoFundMe. Yeah, I don't know, man. I haven't been there in a while, but
Yeah, you got to get up there.
classic
before.
spot in
It's
Center
great.
City. One of the last true dive bars in Center
divey
City.
bar. Smoking any floor you want to be in. Well, I guess technically though, it's still just a one floor because you can't
Yeah,
really
there's
get to
not-
the other one without getting out of the room. But
What other dive bars are? I guess Oscars. But
you
what
can't
other
smoke
dive
it in
Center
bars
the-
are
City,
there
there's
in
like Oscars. Depends on what you can. I mean, if you go to like Old City, there's Patty's.
Oh, Locust Bar.
Locust Bar, yeah.
Can you smoke in there
Not
yet?
anymore,
Oh,
no.
damn. I don't even smoke, but I like a
McGlinchey's
smoking
like the
bar.
only city, like downtown dive bar that you can smoke in, really.
That's crazy.
I think so, yeah.
Because it's like people aren't really doing that.
People just aren't doing that.
Yeah,
no
people
more.
aren't smoking.
That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I love a smoking bar, even
Like
though
in
I
the
don't
bar.
smoke.
That's all I'm
cool,
saying. I don't
dude.
know. I like it.
That's character. That's personality.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was there the other night, yo. It was buck. Like I was
Packed. What time did you get in there?
about 6:15.
Oh, all right.
Phillies game came on shortly after I got there. It was loud as hell. People were rowdy. This one kid, he was ripping signs off the wall, like hide him so he could take him home. Last night, apparently, they ran out of whiskey, I heard.
Damn.
Yeah, it's been buck. But even when I was there, like, we were packed like sardines in there, dude.
Yeah.
It was crazy. But, I mean, shout out to a legendary spot. Like, you remember when they used to serve hot dogs?
Yeah, yeah.
I
I've
used to
had
love
one.
getting some of Glinchie's hot dogs.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There are very few bars like that in the city anymore, and certainly in Center City. It might be one of the last of a dying breed, like a smoking dive bar, cash only, cheap as hell, served food at one point.
Yeah.
If you, in so much as like hot dogs are considered serving food, those just don't exist. Like, think about it. Like Bonnie's is still around.
I mean, unless you go up north or down south, there's nothing in the city proper that is going to do that.
Yeah. Like, there's the Fireside Inn or the Fireside Tavern.
Oscars is it? Well, it's not
as
smoking,
far as
but divey bar,
divey
cash
bars in Center
only
City,
would be
yeah.
them and Oscars on
Yeah,
the other side of.
Yeah, up in Center City, yeah. Because what do you call it? You can't smoke in Nut Hut anymore, right?
No, not for them. I mean, I don't even remember when you could smoke in there.
Probably, I think it was pre-COVID.
Right.
It's been a while since I've been there.
Yeah. They're like totally different now.
Ugh.
Yeah. I went by there once and I don't know, a few months ago and like looked in. I was just like, yeah, it's not the same place.
Ugh.
But yeah.
Damn, dude.
Well, we'll see.
We do need to buy a bar and make it a smoking bar, dude.
Yeah, we got to do the private club thing. That's how you get around that. That's how you get.
That is true.
If you want to do that, no liquor license, no rules. Just do the private membership.
Yeah, like a speakeasy in the 1920s. That'd be dope as hell.
Pretty much, yeah. I think you're going to start seeing more and more of those type of places, especially because of the whole like how PA's liquor license thing is just so draconian and you can't like
abusive.
Yo,
yeah,
you
can't just apply for liquor license. You need to get one of the finite existing ones that there are, and it costs like $700,000 or whatever. Yeah, it's the whole system's
that's why it's only like
not conducive to sustaining these neighborhood.
That's why it's only a handful of people like, oh, who's gonna buy McClinchy's? It's like, oh, Fergie or the other like 3 bar owners of Philly. Like, okay, well,
yeah,
all right. Like, it won't be just a unique experience of like a random ownership.
I don't think it'd be bad if Fergie bought it though.
Yeah, I mean, all those places
there
are
are worse
good.
people that could buy it for sure.
Definitely, but it's not like.
I mean, honestly, anyone that is gonna buy it and just like keep it a bar is a win.
Right.
You know, like they could just turn it into a fucking drugstore or some
or
shit.
They could turn it in like a butt-ass nightclub.
Yeah, or some bullshit like another something like garage, some shit like that.
Please, no.
You know?
Or a Fido. I walked by Fido.
It's right there.
When
I
was going to McGlinchey's, I walked by Fido. I looked at it with extreme disdain, man. I was just like, this place, yo.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll see what happens. Hopefully someone with good intentions buys it.
Us.
Yeah, exactly. We got to make a GoFundMe, start raising some coin.
Yo, I'm surprised Dirty Frank's is still around. How's Dirty Frank still around?
They have a good. I mean, it's packed in there all the time.
That is true.
Good location.
Yeah, they do be making.
I mean, it's just
right there.
I mean, it's not like it's never been about whether the bar is financially successful or not. It's just that it gets to a point where the owner just gets old and wants to retire.
It's like, I'm done.
Wants to cash out.
Pass it down the family.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, that liquor. It's because of the fucking liquor license. Because that's like their fucking
bread and butter. That's their nest egg.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's like part of their retirement plan is selling that liquor license.
Sell it for $1 million or whatever you call it a day. Someone will buy it.
Yeah,
I see.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Ain't that a bitch?
Yeah.
Well,
I think that'll just about do it for us here tonight, everybody. Thank you for listening and tuning in. Please leave us a 5-star rating and review over to your podcast. Give us a subscribe on YouTube. Follow on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Send us an email at citywidepod@gmail.com. And from all of us here at the Citywide, good morning, good afternoon, good night.
Peace.
where am I?